Welcome to the Sowing Seed Podcast. One guy's thoughts on family, faith, farming, and financial freedom. Now from the studio in EIEIO, where the only traffic jam is getting behind a tractor on the road, here's your host, Matt Miller.
Now, I can't speak for every part of the country, obviously, because weather is so diverse, north to south, east to west. But if you haven't started your cold weather or early season planting, now is definitely the time to start thinking about doing so. See, there's a lot of plants that can weather the cold weather early on, a frost here or there, even some snow. And now should be real close to the time for you to begin getting those in the ground. Those plants include onions, lettuce and spinach, broccoli, beets, radishes, just to name a few. And so I would encourage you, whether you're a seasoned gardener and this is part of your annual routine, or whether you're pretty new to this whole thing or contemplating this whole thing, I would encourage you to start the process today. You don't have to start big if this is your first time. I know the very first planting I did was when we lived in Houston, and I started to get concerned about our society and what was going on, and wanted to teach myself and to teach my family some of those skills that my parents and grandparents and generations before learned because they're away or a part of their day-to-day life. Well, we lived in a little 1,200 square foot place northeast of Houston. We had very little backyard. It was a rental, so it's not like I could do whatever I wanted in the yard. And the first year, I literally went to the local Lowe's store and bought some couple-foot-long window boxes, bought some potting soil, and started our garden in those window boxes. And each year, the garden grew a little bit bigger, a little bit more complex. We learned a little bit each and every time, so that by the time 7.5 years ago we moved here to EIEIO, we had a pretty good feel for gardening and planting, at least where we were in Houston. Now, despite all that success and steady learning there, our first year here at EIEIO was pathetic because the soil was terrible. Most of the soil down the hill from our place was clay, and we didn't get a thing to grow that year. The following year is when we decided to add a fenced-in area with raised beds with soil brought in from a local soil and compost place, and that's when things really started to take off for us. So now's the time, guys. Get out there, and no matter what it takes, take a little bit of time. Whether you're young or old, whether this is new or you're a veteran, and get some good, healthy stuff in the ground that you and your family can enjoy and that you can help provide for your family with in the months to come. There's never been a better time than now. The weather is starting to improve. And why not take the time to get in the game, to teach yourself a new skill, or to just get out and get your hands dirty and enjoy the beautiful springtime weather. God bless you guys.
Thanks for listening. Check out our website, sowingseed.net, the Sowing Seed channel on YouTube, and if you got something out of today's podcast, give us a 5-star review on your podcast player of choice. Until next time, go plant the seed you need to succeed.